Something in the end, something more than friends.
Hello and welcome back to TGTV, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very blustery day here at White Waltham Airfield. And you'll see over my shoulder there some very exciting bits and bobs. I thought I'd open today's video with something very exciting, something a little bit kind of out of the ordinary for this channel, some aviation based bits and bobs. So then, I've actually been filming with Historics Auctions ahead of their 12th of March auction in Ascot. We've got these three pieces of lovely kit here that we've been doing some filming with. We've actually taken these out for a spin with some very familiar faces. That is on the Historics YouTube channel right now if you go and check that out. I've actually been out in this Alpine, this Renault Alpine 1978 A3 110 GT. I've actually been out for a spin in this with Mr. Matthew Pretty. If any of you've seen any of the historic stuff before, you'll know who Matthew is. We've also got this Cobra, which is actually very interesting. It is a replica, but it's one of the best kind of replicas you can get, made by a very esteemed chassis builder. More details on that, and you can hear it on the Historics channel. And also, I've been out with Sarah Crabtree of Bangers and Cash fame in this Ford Zodiac, 1964 Ford Zodiac. So all of that is available on the Historics channel, of course, ahead of their upcoming auction in Ascot on the 12th of March. So inside here then, we've obviously got a load of planes. This, interestingly, or maybe not interesting to some of you might like planes, some of you might not care. This is actually what they used to train Spitfire pilots in back in the day, World War II. I believe it's an American plane, and obviously the Spitfire is a single-seater, so you can't actually train people in a Spitfire. You're up there on your Todd, and people actually use this for training. But this plane is actually fully functional, fully operational, and goes out regularly for kind of experiences here at White Waltham Airfield. They actually do flying lessons here as well, but this is like a private hangar, and various people own these planes in here as well. This is kind of like a little Art Deco vibe. This is an older plane. Very cool piece of kit. It actually feels like a canoe when you bang the side. Not that I banged it that hard, but we've got Bremont's aeroplane there actually. That is one of the planes that they have, but Bremont is a British watch brand, kind of aviation themed actually as well. So that is fully functioning, and that is one of their planes. I've been told they've got a few. What else have we got here? That I believe is called a Yak. Aeroplane boffs will be telling me off now. I think that is a Yak there, and we've got another Yak over there, got a little Piper there, and there is a Cessna there as well. Planes, I must admit, I'm not the best flyer. I can appreciate them, they're beautiful, I like the engineering, I think they're cool, I like hearing about them, but in terms of actually, that's modern. All the planes in here are old, but that one is a modern one with carbon and what, look at carbon on here. Cabin, 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 cabin. Very cool, lovely stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna get out. There's the back of the Cobra there. Back of the Alpine. I've come here today, sorry, the crew are here as well. They actually make their videos properly at Historics. It is so windy. It's a bit of a wet day, a bit of a blustery day. It's just a very nice place to be. I'm loving this car. It's such a great piece of kit, and if you missed the collection video, that is live on my channel right now. And topically, there is a Lister coming in the auction on the 12th of March at Ascot. It is not a Lister Stealth. It is actually a very rare V12 manual Lister from the 80s, I believe. So make sure you go and check that out on the online catalogue with Historics Auction. So anyway, let's jump in then. Let's get on with the video. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an epic day. This has been a day that's been a long time coming. I'm very excited to finally announce that my 912, my Porsche 912, is now ready. It's had its full retrim, and this is going to be the first time I've seen it, and the first time I'm showing you guys and girls what has been done. So, without further ado then, he says without further ado, but there's going to be slightly further ado. I'm here today in my Polestar, and I've got a little guest in there. I've got two guests actually in there. This then is my Polestar 2 with the performance pack, with the plus pack on it, with the pilot pack. This is pretty much my daily runabout. I absolutely love this car. If you haven't tried one of these, you absolutely need to test drive one of these. I banged on and on about the clever brakes, the clever 22-way adjustable Öhlins dampers. It's belting. They are absolutely belting, and it is rapid. Not only that, but very soon I'm going to do the performance upgrade to this, which will boost it to 480 brake horsepower. So that is coming to the channel. But first, before we see my 912, just very quickly, hello Connie. Anything to say on the channel to the viewers? Crisps, where are you? Crisps is down there. He is not interested at all. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Right. Here we go then. I can see her. Here she is. And by magic, as if on cue.
How you doing?
What are the chances of that? Me walking up, poking the camera. You weren't waiting or anything. Hello.
No.
Nice to see you.
And you?
How's it going, mate?
Yeah, good. Thank you very much.
So you are star of D-Class's YouTube channel.
Yes.
If you haven't checked out the channel, there's going to be a lot more in depth. This whole build is going to be on their channel, so make sure you go and check that out. But I thought I'd point the camera at you, and you can tell me what's been going on. So, yeah, I was going to say you're tan, so you definitely haven't been here recently. Okay, so 912 is here. Exterior hasn't been touched other than actually a little bit of a clean, a little bit of a polish, but ostensibly is exactly the same thing with this patina and blah, blah, blah. However, the exciting bit is inside, because you guys have not messed around. I've been receiving little updates on this car. Wow. Okay. What has gone on, sir?
So there's the difference. Right. So obviously, when we took your car, looked very tired. Except it had a carpet kit fitted into it, some aftermarket seats which weren't brilliantly trimmed, rear seat that was flapping and rattling around, some of the dash which was all falling apart, door cards that weren't working, pockets that weren't working like they should have done. We have literally taken everything back to bare bones, started again, right from the very beginning. Very first thing we did, as we discussed in the very first video, we put in a square box weave carpet, very right for the period of the vehicle. And to really finish it off, we put a green binding over all of it to match in with the paintwork.
So that's this dark grey binding here.
That's right.
It's been finished up the seats as well.
Yeah, then trimming the seats, we added the green leather onto the piping for the seats as well. And the beauty of what this interior is, with the distressed leather which we discussed, we have trimmed the interior fully in this, but also for the seat centres we've added in a lasered houndstooth finish.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure you're getting that across on the camera there. This is not fabric. This is leather, but with lasered houndstooth in it. That's probably one of the cleverest things I've ever seen on the interior of a car. And that means you can't really stain it or ruin it. Particularly useful for someone like me that drives around with dogs in their car.
Absolutely.
What else have we got going on in there? So, obviously you've got the door cards.
Door cards, yep, these are all brand new now. Got brand new elastic cord in there, which means they're nice and tight, so you can put things in there and it will shut. It's not just a baggy mess hanging down.
Wonderful.
Put a new membrane behind these brand new woods that we've done for the door cards. Again, fully distressed leather. Put new door handles, new buttons. All these things were broken or missing.
Yep.
And then across the top, which we've done throughout the rest of the car, we've gone with a plain black Porsche Napa leather as well.
From new, the colourway was Irish green with black interior, and I didn't want to deviate from that hugely. So for those that missed the preceding episodes, I wanted to keep it kind of OEM plus, like what I do with all my cars. Just keeping it kind of in keeping with how it's supposed to be, just with some nice upgraded tweaks to it. Anyway, I butted in.
No, that's fine. So a couple of extra bits. Again, new parts here, the seals. This was missing off of the door. One of the really scary things we found, we've now put you brand new seat belts in the green to match the piping, and also some new reels. When we actually removed these from the car, we found that the brackets hold them in place barely had any metal there at all, bolting it onto the side of the car.
So in the event of a crash,
accident, you would be going back that way with the seatbelt attached around you. So rather scary, rather worrying. So we've now put you in whole new wheels. That's all right.
And that's in this kind of amazing green colour as well, if my camera focuses. Yes, so that's nicely done, sir. Yes. And the other one was like a sash anyway, so not only did it not actually be attached, it was like a sash anyway, so there was no recoil on it whatsoever.
So they're all nice and tight, nice firm to the body,
perfect,
all secure. Another nice thing, talking of security, one of the major problems when you put your car down was this rear seat squad, which was acting, as you said, like an air brake. This is now fully fixed. It's got a proper strap on the back with a popper like they had original.
Yeah.
So now it sits up there presented, or with the popper. You can just pop it down.
Oh, look at that.
Even finished off with the distressed leather behind the back as well.
That's so cool. And what I love about it, it looks authentic. It doesn't just look like you've whacked some shiny, brand new, horrible interior in it. It literally looks like it's just as it's supposed to be, and obviously that's all retrimmed. Rear shelf, and I believe you fabricated a whole new rear shelf as well before trimming that.
Complete brand new shelf. Yeah, the original one when we took it off was literally all warped and battered from over the years of it being taken in and out of the car. So there was only really one thing to do, and that was to start the whole process again. And you know, adding bits in where bits were missing. So it fits really nice now. It's all nice and secure. It's not going anywhere.
Nice. And the seats then as well, because you didn't stop there.
No, so one of the nice things about the seats is these were the aftermarket version.
Yep.
You're never going to appreciate actually how it is until you get a look of how they were before they are now. But they're the seats that came with the car. But to really make them that little bit different and better, we bolstered the foams out nicely, added extra foaming in the side here, so it actually holds you into the seat now rather than falling out the side. Rather than the plastic eyelets, which are a finisher on here, we've added in some nice metal eyelets. Again, they've got a nice black finish to them, slight tarnishing, which really adds into the look of the whole vehicle.
Unbelievable. Sorry, it's kick-out time.
4:30, everyone's off. See you later.
It's the end of the school day here, so everyone's driving past. I'm over the moon. I'm absolutely blown away by what you guys have done. And there's some surprises over here, so let's go through the other door.
Yeah.
What's going on in here then?
Come to the dashboard, and one really nice thing we wanted to do was this is the original shape and perforation to the original Porsche one.
Yes.
We've luckily got CNC facilities, which we managed to punch this all out, but actually include the 912.
That is amazing. And the audience will remember that was hell up there before.
Literally ripped and torn to pieces, nothing left of it. And I know you're really attached to your Porsche Club Italia badge.
Yeah, bane of your existence.
Nicely into the corner part here, so it'll always stay and remain part of the car now.
Perfect. And this car it's just part of its history. I mean, obviously I wasn't involved in Porsche Club Italia in the 60s and 70s, as I'm sure it might not surprise you. But I thought it'd be cool to keep a little part of the car's history, because it's originally an Italian car up there. A great inconvenience to you guys. Yeah, I'm sure you wanted to frisbee it out the window.
Right. It was nice. We had to refoam all of that, and it was just nice to sink it in and make it nice. Another nice little touch we did. It's all obviously because of the green. It's quite a dark green, but this is green right the way through.
It's really nice.
We reflocked all of the glove box and repaired all of that for you.
Wow.
And even trimmed this part here and even added a nice little Porsche embossing into it.
Attention to detail. Look at that. Above and beyond.
Absolutely.
So I wouldn't have noticed that.
It's all come out nicely.
It has indeed. And there was another little thing you did actually. It's the petrol flat, wasn't it? Which one is it?
It's top left, very top left.
There we go.
Flap that out.
See, a little surprise. Go on, you can do the honours.
There we are. Aviva and Bosch, nice new
Look at that.
petrol flat with a Porsche logo in it. So when
that wasn't even something
station,
I even told you guys about. You just noticed it.
It's a little present to you, yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, little touches like that just make a very boring man like me very happy. I'm over the moon though, honestly. I was saying, the full video is actually on your channel, including the build and stuff, so if you want to get into the nitty gritty of how all of this was achieved and actually see the parts as they came out and what you guys are actually faced with when it came out, then make sure you hit D-Class's channel. There's loads of other builds on there as well.
Yeah,
there's build battles. It's a really, really cool channel actually, especially if you're into this kind of thing. Yeah, it's the best in the business, and it's a really well produced, nicely done channel. So then, light is fading. We're going to leave it here from D-Class. I will leave all the links to their YouTube channel underneath this video. But, ladies and gentlemen, my 912 is back. Obviously, the engine has been rebuilt. The interior is now done, the floor plans have been done, some of the wings and structural stuff have been done. The paint is still a little bit scruffy. It's got a lot of patina, shall we say. There's a little bit of kind of bubbling, a bit of nonsense going on. It will go in for full bare metal with the guys at Rint at some point towards the end of the summer. So I'm going to get a summer of fun out of this car. It may well go to the Cotswolds. Actually, it might stay in London because it's ULEZ exempt. A car of this age is actually ULEZ exempt. So I may well just use it to bat around London, but I'm absolutely in love with it. It looks so, so good. I'm going to leave the paint absolutely as it is for the time being. Drive it solid but scruffy, shall we say. And there'll be something quite nice as well about driving a car where you don't need to be too precious about the exterior. I know with the Targa, after its full respray, I'm a little bit precious about it with swirl marks and whatnot, but with this, there's already cloudy patches, there's already swirl marks, there's already all sorts going on, so I'm not going to be too precious about it. And at some point over the winter this year, I'll then get it all resprayed up. But for now, I think that is that. I'm very, very excited. It's back. It is back, ladies and gents. Because it's been here for a number of months, I don't actually want to drive it home, and I've also brought my transport over there, so I'm actually going to get it trucked and just checked over one final time before I do take it out and about. Of course, in its recent batch of work, it did have new brakes, new clutch, and a whole load of other new stuff, and the engine rebuilt, so it should be absolutely solid. But I want to make crystal clear and totally sure before I start razzing it about, because air-cooled cars can catch fire very, very easily, and there is no way of knowing until you see flames through the rear view mirror. So may well also get a little fire extinguisher type thing put in the engine bay as well, which apparently is very easy to do. So that will be that. And the next video you see in this car, I will be driving it around for a change on the channel. I think I've had it 2 years now, and I've been out in it maybe 8 times. Mental. Welcome to Classic Car Ownership. For now then, guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, thank you very much for the support on this little mini series with this car, and all the love for this car as well. As I say, the journey has not stopped there. There will be some stuff to come with this car, pretty much up until the point it's borderline concourse. There's not going to be full nut and bolt, but there will be full bare metal at some point coming. So for now, I'm going to try and get some use and enjoyment out of this car for a change this summer, and I'll be doing some roadster meets in this car, some air-cooled stuff, some Porsche meets, and some secret plans, which I will be letting you all in on very, very soon. For now, thank you again, and make sure before you go and subscribe to D-Class and go and say hello on their latest video. Cheers for now. Bye.